I managed to stream just in time. Did you know I'm sweating bullets here? Because if I stream too early, then people go like, V, do you not know that you're presenting another video on your other channel? Why are you streaming at the same time as the premiere? And if I stream too late, I don't get the raid from the troll. It is what it is. I love the system though, because now a lot of people were complaining. It's like, oh, I don't get notified when V is streaming. And it's like, yeah, I know. YouTube is working hard on making sure you don't. So at least with this type of thing, I can get a couple of you guys to know that I'm streaming. And I'm trying to do this when I have good content. Today is a good content day. I mean, you're going to see a person complaining over the fact that Europeans don't acknowledge him stating the pronouns. It's not really the fact that people were disconsiderate or anything. It's just like they don't give a shit. And honestly, we're going to talk about it, but I think like the worst thing you can do to another person is ignore them. Like the opposite of love isn't hate. You know, like hate can still drive traffic. You can still get hate clicks. You can still hate watch or hate read something. You can still drive business. You can still become famous if people hate you. But if people ignore you, if no one cares about you, that's worse. That's even worse. Like being the kid in the classroom that gets bullied is arguably like a little bit better than being the kid in the classroom that no one wants to interact with. Like no one wants to talk with. Everyone ostracized. Like that is horrible. Because at least the bullying makes the time go faster. You know, at least you can say something exciting happened in that day, even though you had your lunch money stolen. So technically, like indifference, in my opinion, is far, far worse than hate. The problem with live streams, by the way, and I don't know how to fix this, is that you have to have them 1 hour long. At least in my case, like there's people who live stream for 3 hours. And the problem is like, you go on from subject to subject. Like, you cover a wide array of issues. And you have to figure out of a title. But, like, you title one of the issues you talk about. And then, like, if you talk... Like, for example, now I have 100 people watching, which is great, right? But if I talk about it now, if I show you the title now, like, what's in the title, then... when the other people join, it's like, hey V, why is the title like, when are you going to talk about the pronouns? And I'm like, I already did, right? So I generally don't know what to do. So Solid Slug says he would rather be left alone. I don't think you understand what it's like to be left alone, dude. Like, I don't think you understand what it's like to genuinely be isolated. Like, I'm not talking about like the fact that you don't have people talking. No, I'm talking about like the teacher and everyone else, like the moment you go there, they leave. Like everyone runs away, you know, like it's almost like there's a cloud of stench, like a stinky cloud around you, right? And like no one wants to associate with you, no one wants to do anything. Like it's soul crushing, you know. You think it's not that bad, but trust me, like after spending a couple of days like that, holy shit. You think you prefer it, but you don't. Trust me. Oh, maybe I should do, yeah, exactly, like, someone in the chat suggested this brilliant move. I should do what Tim Pool does, like, suggest civil war in every single video. My god, like, dude, like, I wonder if Tim Pool understands that America has been worse than what it's going through now. Like, I understand that there is a big divide, and I understand that there's a lot of issues, I'm not denying it, but, like, civil war this, civil war that, I'm really curious, as I mentioned, like taking Tim Pool, putting him in a time machine, and sending him after the Civil War. Like, what is he going to talk about? He's going to talk about the World War, isn't he? Huge McG gave me the treasure of $5. Don't spend it all at once. You know, $5 now isn't worth what it used to be 2 years ago. Like, not spending it all at once is actually a challenge. Inflation and all that, you know? Like, now, when I used to get $5, I remember, like, when I started my YouTube career and I would get $5, I was like, holy hell, that's a lot of money. Like, think of the things I could do. Like, in Romania, you could buy 5 hamburgers with that much. Like, it was a lot of money. Now it's like $5. Don't get me wrong. Like, I still appreciate it, but it's nowhere near to when I started in 2016. Like, now with $5, I think I can get 1 burger. I can still get a burger. Like, I still appreciate it, but... compared to what it used to be. Hey V, now that I've caught you live, what does naruhodo means? It's in Japanese. It means I understand, or I get it. So it's a little bit of anime thing, you know. You appeal to the anime community. Speaking of appeasing to the anime community, there was a person who pointed out something from OnlyFans. Let me see if I can find it. And I do love the fact that this lady just isn't trying anymore. Like, you can tell that this lady maybe tried at one point, but now she just stopped, you know? So the image is cropped so that we don't get in trouble with YouTube. But, hey gamers, anime, am I hot? Right? Like, and you get a, what is this? A tongue and a heart. Hey gamers, anime, am I... I love, like, she knows her target audience. Like who's going to look at random boobies on the internet? And the answer is gamers and anime. Gamers that, not even, like, you don't even have a comma, like, separating these entities. They now become one. Gamers, anime, right? Like, they're the ones that, and by the way, there's another response to this, which I found very interesting. Let me see if I have it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Like, this one is, this was very, very difficult to look at. Like, even I feel the burn from here. Like, it's so hot. You know, if it's hot outside, it's due to this message. Look at here. Subscribe to my OnlyFans for full nudes and more. You can also message me there. I googled big boob. 12 trillion results. Of girls you'll never know or be able to talk to, but okay. Why would I want to talk to... I disavow, by the way. Completely disavow. YouTube TOS, please. Have mercy, alright? But still. I don't know if the man has balls. I mean, if you're on OnlyFans, I don't know what to say. I never understand this. Look, maybe it's just my generation or something bizarre. I am trying to understand, why do people, okay, like, here's the thing. I understand that certain men have desires, alright? And I understand that they are unable to fulfill those desires in real life for various reasons. Maybe they don't have the charisma, maybe they don't have the finances. Oh, well, no, hold on. It's not about money, because, like, they have money, right? Let's put that aside. Right? Maybe they don't have the charisma to seduce women. Maybe they don't have the confidence. Like, whatever. You know, there's various reasons. But we're talking about the men that do have the money. So they will go to a lady that does things online. Alright? Which, I'm not blaming the lady. But like, the only reason that man gives that lady money isn't because he likes the content. You know, like, whether she's playing video games or whatever. No. He gives her money because she's hot, okay? So my question is, if you are a man and you have the desire, why not just pay a prostitute? Like, you know what they say? They say sex work is real work. I agree, okay? But the women online aren't doing sex. Like, there is no sex involved, right? So what is the work then? Like, a lady doing kissy faces in front of the camera, or positioning the camera at a certain angle so you see the mammary glands. Like, there is no work because there's no sex. Naruhodo. There we go. We inserted. So my question is, like, if you want to pay that lady, why not just go outside and pay a prostitute? Because sex work is real work, I've been told. Like, why not just get a lady of the night, a woman of low moral fiber from real life to quench your desires? Like, why not just do that? I don't have an OnlyFans. Should I? I don't know if my wife would allow me. Some people want to be a pay piggy, but you can be a pay piggy to a woman of low moral fiber, like the succubus next door. You can find the succubus next door, and you can be a pay piggy to her. Like, you need to understand, I'm not against the pay pigginess here. I'm not against that, alright? I'm not judging. I'm a very open-minded channel. Like, I know some people are upset that I'm so fucking open-minded my brain falls out. But, what I am saying is that if you have a desire, you have a need, okay? You can quench it. You can question, why do you give money to a wishy-cushy lady online that you're never going to be with? Like, where is the quench there? What is the quench? Now, of course, if it's a girl that does content that you appreciate, maybe she's funny, she has charisma, she talks about anime, I didn't fucking care, right? But, like, you like the content. Yeah, like, you're not trying to seduce her. You're not trying to get a relationship with her, right? You just want to support the content that she's making so she makes more of it. Fine. I get that. All right? Like, I completely get it. But when you have a lady that does kissy faces next to the microphone and goes, mwah, 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 and then starts going, yeah, when she does that, and you're thinking in your brain, right, if I give her money, I'm going to have a relationship with her. Why? Why do you think that? At which point did you thought that a woman that's that confident to put herself up there and be a streamer is going to be interested in having a relationship with you? Why would you think that? Why would you think? Like, let me put it this way. Do you know what streaming does? Like, do you know how easy it is to attract a significant other when streaming? And I know, like, some people go like, oh my god, no, V is bragging. No, this is not about bragging, okay? I spoke about this before. Look at the worst possible image that you can have of a streamer. Like, someone that in your mind, you're thinking they're never going to get a girlfriend, right? I don't know, like, let's say Darkside Phil, alright? Like, if you show Darkside Phil to random people, they will say, okay, well, this guy will never. Darkside Phil had 3, from what I think, right? Like, 3 women that he was in serious relationships with. I think he had, like, 1 wife. I think he's married again. I don't know. I don't follow his lifestyle. But my point is, right? Like, someone like Darkside Phil would probably have a very difficult time finding a stable relationship if he wasn't streaming. And I'm telling you this from speaking with other YouTubers, talking with other streamers. You can be a very low sought-off guy, you know, like someone that's shy and whatever. You will have women messaging you. Like, you will have women contacting you. Why? It's the law of average, statistically speaking. If you have 100,000 subscribers or more, chances are at least 1% of those are going to contact you, and some of them are going to be women. So, that's for men, okay? Like, I made the argument for men. Now, think about being a hot, attractive woman. Think about how many guys are contacting her. Think about how many people are trying to impress her. Like, it's just unfathomable. Like, your male brain cannot grasp the high volume of testosterone that flows around that woman. And let's assume that by some fucking miracle, she doesn't have a boyfriend online, which is a big assumption. She already has men lined up to date her. Why would she choose you? And not to mention, the moment you give a woman money, like that very moment that you click send, like, she will position you in a submissive way. Like, she will immediately catalog you as the type of person that gives money to women online. Do you know how big of a turnoff that is? Like, do you think that if you have a girlfriend and she finds out that you give money to women online, like, what is she going to say about you? What is she going to say? It's the same thing with the streamer, right? Like, it's the same thing. Like, you gave her money, like, she will already look at you and be like, oh, well, this is the type of guy that has to give money to women online. Like, he doesn't have the confidence to go out and get a girlfriend, so, you know, he spends his time and resources. Like, if I were to be in a relationship with him, why wouldn't he spend money on other women, right? So, my advice is always assume that every woman, whether it's a VTuber, whether it's a Twitch streamer, whatever, if she's female, alright? Assume she's in a relationship. Assume she has someone. Man, I know VTubers that you wouldn't even think that it's not that they have a boyfriend, they're fucking married. They're married. Like, I speak with them behind the scenes. I know things, alright? I don't think that there are any women out there that don't have a relationship and they stream. But it's part of the job. It's part of the gig to pretend that you're single. Give me a sec. So, my point. If you like their content, like they do good Let's Plays. They're funny. They're charismatic. They make you laugh. It's... For example, Lisa. Okay, Lisa, the sheep, relaxes my wife. she does really good music, good singing. My wife likes listening to that. Like that is when you should support that content, right? Like if the content gives you something and you want more of it, go support it. But if you genuinely think, oh yeah, I'm going to give money because I'm going to impress her or I'm going to seduce her or what, don't. Stop it. Get some help. Women want Chad or Bunny. Not really person. It's not even about that. No, it's really not. It's the fact that subconsciously, I guess, like you devalue yourself by having to pay for something that you should be able to get for free. Like you should be able to seduce people without having to pay for it. And I don't know how it's like in the United States, but in Romania is the same. Like if you try, like even gold diggers, I noticed this. Like most gold diggers, at least here in Romania, they gold dig, but they want to pretend that they're not gold diggers. So if you start showing off that you have money and you keep shouting them with gifts, and it's just gifts, right? Like you just keep giving and giving, they will not want to have a relationship with you. Like they have the choice between a pay piggy or a man with money and confidence, right? So they will go for the man with confidence and money rather than the guy with just money. What will my girlfriend think if I donate to V? Well, she'll think it's a good idea. You got the best buyer's remorse online. Maybe she will donate as well. Don't support female streamer if you're expecting her to be your girlfriend. That's the point. Exactly. Don't support VTubers. Support VTubers. I don't know. I mean, I support VTubers as well. It's all about the content, right? Like if I see someone that's putting on some great content, and I don't know, maybe this is just me. I know that some people will disagree with this, but I support small creators, right? So if someone has like, I don't know, makes like $20, $30 a stream, I'm more likely to support them than if I were to support someone like Gargura, you know, who makes like $10,000 per week. Like if you're making $10,000 a week, you know, I'm not judging the people that donate to that, but I would rather support someone that does far less money, because the person that makes far less money is more likely to quit streaming, and I want more of their content. Like I want to encourage them to keep doing what they're doing if I like it, if I enjoy it. So if it's a person like Medicare, right, and he makes like $5,000 a stream or something like that, I'm like, well, I'm not going to donate to that just because there's other people that are going to. You know, there's people that have more money, they get to donate, that's fine. But if it's someone that makes a lot less, they just started, they're trying their best, you know, like I'm more willing to donate to that. At the end of the day, it's also the appreciation, I guess. Like someone who barely gets any money, seeing a red super chat or a yellow super chat, they're going to be really excited about it. But if you donate like $100 to Garbra, she'll probably not even read your super chat, like, because she doesn't have time, right? Like she gets so many. She's like flooded with so many, she will probably not even have the chance to read it. Is it really the best idea? I don't know. I mean, I spoke a lot of things, so best idea for what? But yeah, so let's go to the pronouns thing before I forget, because then I'll have people shaming me for not addressing the important issue. So this was very funny. Like I was thinking whether or not to make an actual video about it. But chances are I don't need to, because there's not really that much to talk about, but it's an interesting observation, right? And whether or not this post is true, because like it's on Reddit, you know, everyone can be Santa Claus on the internet. But let's assume that it is true. And even if it's not, I know people that behave this way, so okay. EU players are horrible. They don't deserve to be considered part of the community. So I really love... This is about Final Fantasy, right? And I really love how the authoritarian mentality, like they brand something as a community so that they can gatekeep, right? Like they get to decide and speak on behalf of the community, even though no one represents them, even though no one elects them, no one gives them the position of power, they don't do any polls or survey, but like they brand something as a community, even though it's not. Like, if you play Final Fantasy with someone, that doesn't mean you served in the military with them, right? That doesn't mean, like, the two people that play Final Fantasy have a lot of similarities together, right? Like you like these are two Final Fantasy players. Like, please tell me their personality. You can't do that shit, right? But they will brand them as part of a community so that they can decide who gets to be in the community and who gets to be outside. It's a tactic that I've seen video game journalists do, especially activists, people on Twitter. It's a very disgusting thing. I really hate being called part of a community just so that I don't have to deal with this bullshit, right? So the moment you call it a community, the only community I have is the community in my town and my neighborhood, all right? Like, those are my communities. Everything else can fuck off. You're not part of my community. Well, actually, no. Like, you guys are also part of a community, I guess, because you like listening to me, right? But even that is so stretched. No, it's too fucking stretched. No, even you guys are not part of, like, the community. But anyway, right, so I decided to go on an EU server because of the queue. I was hoping that by the time I start playing, they will be asleep. Time zones and all that, but no. They no-life the game at all time. Like, holy fucking shit. Is this person new to the internet? You know, this is why I assume it's satire. Like, is this person new to the internet? Like, yeah, you can log in at any hour and you're going to find people playing. Like, what the fuck? Like, they're no-lifers. I mean, maybe. I don't know, like, maybe someone is doing the night shift and is playing. I joined a group and instantly state my preferred pronouns, but they ignore it. I state my pronouns again, but they ignore me again without giving me the minimum amount of validation, so I don't heal them. They have the audacity to get angry for ignoring their health, as they ignored me. I tell them in a civilized countries like the US, we react when someone states their pronouns. One of them says, apparently we have 3 people and an American in the party. I never felt this dehumanized in my entire life. Europeans are fucking pieces of shit. I hate them. I'm never going to play on the EU servers again. Now, this is why I decided to read this. I don't know if it's true or not, but what I do know is that I had an acquaintance that was just like this. Now, she grew up in a small town, which was unbelievably conservative, right? Like, under communism, the ideology was that everyone needs to be the same, okay? Everyone needs to dress the same. There were strict dress codes. There were ways you could cut your hair. There were ways of behaving, right? And the culture remained even after communism fell. Like, it was very rooted in the psyche of those people. So what this lady does, you know, she starts listening to heavy metal. She dyes her head red. And this upset the people at her school. And she got in trouble many times with the principal and with the teachers. And she even got bad grades because there are those teachers that are like, oh, so you're going to be a smartass, eh? Well, I'm going to give you a bad grade at math just to teach you a lesson, ha ha ha. You know, those type of teachers that I completely think that's unprofessional what they're doing. But like, whatever. So she gets constantly in trouble, right? Like, everyone picks on her, gets bullied, all that shit. Now, she finished her school. And she goes to the capital to study at the university. She goes into Bucharest. And at that point, no one gave a fuck about her hair color. Because you had, like, people with all colors of hair. You know, green, blue, red. Like, everyone was dyeing their hair. People were even doing more exaggerating stuff. Like having nose piercings, belly piercing, tongue piercings, women kissing each other. No one gave a fuck, right? Because she wasn't in her small conservative town. Now, when she was in her small conservative town, like, she kept complaining about, oh my god, how she wants culture to change and how she wants people to be more open-minded and all blah, 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 blah. And now she's in Bucharest and no one gives a flying fuck about her dyeing her hair. So she starts, like, dyeing her hair in various ways. She starts shaving her hair. She starts, like, she does everything. No one gives a fuck. You know, she even gets a tattoo. No one cares. And then she tells me, and this like blew my mind at the time because I wasn't into politics, didn't really understand. She tells me she's so upset because no one notices her. And I'm like, motherfucker, this is what you wanted. Like, this is what you wanted your entire fucking life. Like, you wanted your way of life to be normal. Now that the way of life is normal, she was frustrated because in reality, she didn't want to be normal. She wanted to get fucking attention. Like, she wanted people to go, oh, right? So she wanted either people to give her attention in a negative way, and if that's not possible, in a positive way. Like, people should have worshipped, oh my god, like she, you know, I think she would have wanted to be like an activist that would bring change, right? Like, she wanted to lead the revolution. She wanted to be there with a group of followers that everyone admired about how stunning and brave she is, and how she is trying to push and like has the conversation with the teacher, perhaps gets the teacher fired, and like now the rules at the university are changing and it's all because of her. That's probably what she wanted. And the problem is, like, there are so many people with this fucking mentality. They do not want the things that they're doing to be normal. No, they want to lead the revolution. Like, they want that they want that social friction. That they want to be the ones protesting, the ones that are having the cops sick the dogs on them so that they get sympathy on television. They want to be sprayed with a water hose. This is what they want. And I think, like, this is the core issue with what's happening with a lot of students in the United States. Because we live in a time where most of the things that our parents were struggling with got fixed. Right? Like, that already you have the civil rights movement. Already you have, like, all these issues fixed. And now there's very little to fight for. But, like, they want the friction. They want the excitement. They want the drama. And they don't know how to get it. So they start fighting for things that don't make sense. It's like, oh, we're fighting against the patriarchy. It's like, well, what is the patriarchy? We don't know, but we're fighting against it. Master Dravish, don't need a lady online to eat on the microphone when I've got your squeaky voice. Well, I don't know if you can sleep on my voice, but okay. Colonizing is bad. 5 minutes later in the civilized world, we. Yeah, we is, my God. I don't know, many times when I hear on Twitter or a journalist use the word we. Like, because the thing is, when they use the word we, what they really mean is you. Right? Like, when they say we need to, what they are trying to say is you need to. Right? And it's, like, very upsetting. Because it assumes that the journalist is better than me. Like, they're in a position of power and they get to dictate terms. That's what really pisses me off. I made it through the 90s without a tattoo. Yeah, me too. I should eat on the microphone. I don't know if it fits. And I'm willing to bet. If I am to attempt some comedy here and try to the microphone, I'm going to get clipped and it's going to be all over the fucking internet and taken out of context. So I'd rather not. Individually signaling has transformed from sign of unconformity to one of conformity. Yeah, I think it's just the mindset of some people. All right? Like, that is the mindset of people that want to use an ideology to gain power. And the thing is, like, there's two ways of gaining power, right? Like, it's either being very good at what you do. Like you're in school, right? And you're the straight A student. You get only great grades, right? So you become powerful because everyone looks up to you, right? Like, everyone's like, well, I want to be like this guy. Like the best doctor. Better example. Best doctor. Best surgeon in the United States. Like, he gains power by being so good at his job that no one else can get to that place. So he projects power by merit. Now, that is one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is to use an ideology. So you use, I don't know, Christianity, and you quote Bible verses at people, and you try to be the leader of your Bible study group, and anyone that crosses the line with you, you ostracize them, right? Like, that's another way of gaining power. Now, it doesn't matter the ideology. Like, you can use Christianity back in the day, but now you can use social justice. You can use progressive ideology. You can use whatever the fuck. Whatever is popular. Usually you don't choose the ideology. Perfect example. There was this American show where a family would switch mothers. I forgot the name of the show, but let me show you that lady. Hopefully it's not copyrighted. If it's copyrighted, then I'll have to delete the stream, but it's a very famous clip on the internet. So it was back in the day, right? And what they did is, like, they got a very Christian family, and they exchanged the mothers with a pagan family that believed in astrology and stuff. So the Christian mother obviously couldn't go through the entire episode, and she returned home. And look here.
She's here. She's here.
No way.
Hey, Bonnie. Where's that love? Oh, no. So dork-sided.
What?
Dork-sided.
Be quiet
not of God. It's not Christians.
Yeah, so the family she went to was a family that didn't believe in Jesus. Like, it was an atheist family, and they believed in astrology and stuff.
Did you not ask if she believed in God? She's not a Christian!
She could be a Jew and believe in
It
God.
doesn't matter. She's tampering in dark-sided stuff. Yes, she did. The entire house.
Doesn't this remind you of modern progressive ideology? I'm just curious, like, I'm talking about the voice, the body language, the authority that they're trying to project, the moralizing, the judgmental attitude. And not all Christians are like this, by the way. Like, overwhelmingly, most Christians weren't like this. But there were, like, at least in my school that I went to, like, identical copies of this lady.
Dark-sided.
She said her whole house is...
She is dark-sided, too! Why are you mad at us? This is my house. I want no money. I want nothing. I want my God and I want my family. This is tainted. I don't want it. Whatever it is, it's tainted. Whatever it is, you give it me. I give it up to God. I'm a God warrior. And I don't want someone with tainted anything in beliefs doing anything with my family.
Okay, so where am I going with this, right? What if I were to tell you that this particular lady is now marching at LGBT parades and she is incredibly progressive? There was an article in the media. I'll probably look it up for the next stream. But complete change of heart, right? Like a 180. Now she is pro LGBT, right? She does the marches, considers herself progressive, like all of that. So, what does this tell us? It tells us that there are people that have this inclination of joining authoritarian ideologies, whether it's like the woke ideology or the Christian, doesn't matter, whatever it's popular. Like they go to that ideology so that they can preach, so that they can feel that they are virtuous, that they have like moral superiority over other people. And it's not just one. Like I know, for example, from my parents, when my dad went to university, there was this university professor which was teaching economics, and she was a strong communist leader, right? Like she was the type of person that would write you down if you said anything against communism. Like she would rat you to the authorities, and she was as communist as communism can be. Now, after the revolution, my father finds out that she's now teaching capitalism. You know, she's teaching, what was it called? Civic studies. So basically, you know, how democracy should function, like what the parliament is made of, you know, the constitution, like all of that. So now she is like the opposite, and she's like 100% capitalist, pro-democracy, like everything that she would have reported herself. If you had a time machine and you got her back in time, she would have fucking reported herself to the authorities. And you know what? Like she would even like preached it correctly. Like she would say, well, I don't want anyone leaving my course without understanding how the Constitution is made and what civil rights are and what your rights are against the government and what your obligations are. Like I want to make sure that people understand this. Like the students should and like, holy fuck, right? So what does it tell me? It tells me that there are people oriented towards these types of ideologies that are very preachy, make you feel virtuous without doing actual virtue. Like you don't have to do anything. You just have to shame other people. Like as long as you shame other people, you look good by comparison. So it's not that they believe in the idea. They will go for anything. I'm pretty sure that if there was an Islamic theocracy in the United States, that lady would have been a hardcore Muslim now. Right? Like it doesn't matter. Just whatever. Like pick your poison. Whatever the ideology is, they will just latch onto it. The current thing. Yes, like the current thing. Well, the current thing doesn't really justify it because the current thing doesn't come into opposition. But actually, no. Hold on. No, I disagree. Yes, the current thing can come. like, you have the idea that, okay, fascismus is bad. All right, like, fascism is evil. We need democracy. Showing papers is what the Nazis did. You know, asking people for identification is racist, right? And then the pandemic happens, and you have to show QR codes wherever you go, and the government can just shut down businesses. And in certain places like Australia, if the representative of the people, so the parliamentary, weren't vaccinated, they couldn't go into the parliament. And all of a sudden, all the people are like, oh, yeah, no, this is good, we need more, we need fucking more. You know, and I'm thinking, like, holy shit, you know, like, yeah, support the current thing. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, these people, like, just on a snap of their finger, will go from one side to the other side, whatever it's popular at the day. It's just... Our richest banker was a huge youth communist. Doesn't surprise me. There were Romanian writers that were very strong capitalists. I mean, like, incredibly convinced. Like, you would read their work, and it's stench of libertarianism. Like, every word that they would write was just trying to empathize that libertarianism good. Communism comes over, and all of a sudden they're pro-communist, all of them. Like, literally every single one. And you could talk to them behind closed doors, and they would say, like, yeah, well, you know, of course I don't believe what I'm writing, but, like, what can you do? And I gotta say, some of the best communist propaganda was written by anti-communists. And I think I know why. It's because they kind of, like, understand, like what the weak points of communism are, like what the detractors of communism would say. So they would write in order to, I guess, like, strengthen those arguments, right? It's probably like if I were to write social justice propaganda, I would probably do a better job than most social justice activists, because I would know how to phrase things. I'm actually curious, you know, like, chat, give me a woke talking point, and I'll see if I can do a better job at explaining that actual people who believe in it. Pitesh prison video. Oh my fucking god! It's something that I keep wanting to do. That I'm more interested in current events. Like, it would the moment I show Romanian language on the screen, people tune out. I don't know why the fuck that is, but people are afraid of the Romanian squiggly letters. Rockstar becomes pro-mandate. Let's see. Trans kids. Man, like, you guys are going with the thing with the trans kids. I'll put it this way. I think it's not a good play to associate that argument with left-wing ideology, right? Because if you're going to associate that with the entire leftist movement, so if you have a person, because this is what's happening right now, you can have a person that's pro-healthcare, pro-open borders, pro-migration, pro-diversity, you know, like all of the left-leaning things, but he says, like, yeah, I'm not okay with trans kids. That person gets ostracized, right? So you're pushing people out of the movement by doing that. The argument is obviously, like, there's no way. Like, if you have children that transition at an early age, then they pass a lot easier than if they transition at a later age. That's one of the arguments, though, that I don't think I can. I don't think it's a winnable argument. Like, even if you were to come up with a very logical, coherent argument, at the end of the day, it's about children, and when it's about children, it's 100% emotional. Like, you are not going to convince a parent about what is good for his child. Like, if a parent thinks that transitioning, like allowing his child to transition is good for the child, there is absolutely no argument you're going to give him to change his mind, or vice versa. Like, if the parent doesn't think that it's a good thing, like, no argument, no pressure from society is going to change his mind. And if you force him, he is going to do everything in his power to oppose you. He's going to vote for the other party. He's going to try to pull his kid out of school. He's going to do anything imaginable to oppose you. Because like, these things are deep emotional connections, and many authoritarian regimes have tried their best in order to sever these connections. But all of them didn't manage to succeed. Because like the strength, the bond between parent and child is so strong and so deep that ideology just can't sever it. Justify horrible therapy for, well, we actually talked about that. That's something. Okay, you can surprise me every now and then, but I would say, if I was part of the left, I would say, look, this talking point, maybe we should avoid. Like, leave it to the activists. If they want to do it, that's fine. But we shouldn't push this too much. If we push it too much, it's a bad idea. It's not 100% emotional. That's nonsense, V. There are clearly documented harms. That's not... Dude, I'm telling you, if you have a parent that thinks it's a good idea, you can make him watch as many documents as you want. You can make him talk with as many experts as you want. It's not going to change the parent's mind. Like, if the parent thinks this is what's good for his child, that's it. Like, you can't say, well, I know better than the parent, right? Unless the parent wants to listen to you. But we're talking about the person who already made their mind, right? So if it's a person that made their mind, you're not going to persuade them when it comes to these deep emotional things. Argue Roe versus Wade. I mean, the Roe v. Wade argument is that, well, this is like 5 years ago I could have argued it, because the doctor-patient confidence and the privacy between a person and the doctor is sacred. That would be the argument. But after the Pfizer community, the concept of public health, like you can't do that argument anymore. So again, they managed to sabotage themselves, I guess, because Our Body, Our Choice, even the Atlantic came up and they said, yeah, like this used to be 100% a pro-choice cry, like a pro-choice slogan, and now the far right appropriate it in their fights against medical skepticism, and because of that, they're very worried, they're very concerned, because again, the left sabotaged itself. Like, you can't say that there is the sacred act of doctor-patient confidentiality, but then you say you need to show QR codes wherever you go. So that's a no-go. But yeah, like the way you argue Roe v. Wade is basically on the privacy between doctor-patient confidentiality. Which country do you think has the mentally weakest gamers? So, well, it depends what you mean by mentally weak, right? Like, mentally weak would be, in my opinion, if I play League of Legends and I start talking shit with them, they give up, right? Like, it's very easy to tilt them. But it can also mean, like, you make a joke and they report you. So, I don't think, like, there's a country that has, like, a type of gamers that I would consider to be, like, mentally weak. I know there are countries that have gamers that are rude as fuck, from my personal experience. Like, whenever I played with a person from France, holy shit. So there were two types of people that I didn't like getting match made with. People from France and people from Russia. And I'll argue why. So the first one, like, the French is probably a personal bias, because I had just bad experience with them. I would play StarCraft, and every single time they would act disrespectfully. Like, without exception. Right? Because, like, in the beginning, when you played Warcraft or StarCraft, you'd say, hi, good luck, have fun, and you would ask, like, where are you from, right? Like, this was at the time of the beginning of the internet. And whenever they lost, they started pausing the game. They would hide one of their bases in a corner. They would throw insults and throw hurls at me. But like, the worst thing is that very few of them spoke English, right? Like, they would insist on speaking French. And it's like, okay, but I don't understand you. I'm Romanian. I learned English so I can communicate with you, because it's an international fucking language, right? Why, like, how do you want us to interact, right? Then it's like, okay, so that was, like, one of the type of players that I didn't like interacting with, and the others are Russian for the same reason. They refuse to speak English. And if you play a cooperative game, like you play Dota or League of Legends or something, and you're match made with the Russians, and they don't speak English, how do you collaborate with them? I mean, they might be very nice people, but, like, if they refuse to speak the language, and I want to organize a gank or something, like, how do you do it? French players still don't know how to protect their baggage online. The turret that flies the base and buildings into a corner. Yeah, I mean, well, I guess like the advantages, once you climbed up in ranks and you got to Diamond in StarCraft, people were less likely to pull this shit. V, Flats, Desk, Pepsi, how much are you willing to pay me to go to sleep? You know, like if there is a high demand for something, you know, don't do something you're good at and do it for free. I'm really good at sleeping, so if you want me to go to sleep, you need to pay me. Yeah, it is 10 p.m. in Romania, but I am planning to go to sleep after the stream, so. Not all French people. Well, I don't say all French people, just so you can understand, all right? Like, I'm not making the claim all French people are like that or anything. I'm saying that the French people I interacted with, like, maybe it's through a sheer of bad luck, bad juju, cosmic injustice. I don't know why, but personally, I had bad experience. Learn to Russian. Oh, yes. Fuck me. Why didn't I think of that? Do Americans have this problem when they're playing with people from Mexico? Like, if your match... first of all, I don't know if you guys share servers with them at, like, League of Legends or whatever do you play, right? Do you share servers? And, secondly... when you are matched with people from Mexico, do they speak English or Spanish? That's an interesting question. But still, by the way, like I can understand why a Russian person doesn't speak English, because it's very difficult to learn the alphabet, right? You gotta learn, you know, the different alphabet, because they use, I think it's called Cyrillic, right? So they use a completely different alphabet. They need to learn a new one. I get that, but. For a person speaking Spanish to learn English, like, that's so fucking easy. Like, Spanish is very close to Romanian to the point where I can read their headlines and I can understand, like, the gist of what's being said. And they, like, why wouldn't they learn it? I mean, it's not just, like, you communicate with people from England, but, like, you gain access to a wider array of the internet. Like, you're able to play video games and understand what the fuck they're talking about, because not all video games are in Spanish. You get to watch TV shows and you get to understand what the fuck they're talking about. Why would I go to sleep for $1? Do you think, like, that's how much it's worth, like, bullying me out of a stream? Yeah, reporta. Oh, I see. Okay, so we're there, aren't we? Holy shit. It's very difficult to learn the alphabet. Well, you go and learn the Chinese alphabet, motherfucker. If you think it's so goddamn easy, right? And honestly, it is easy, right? A child can do it. Learn the Japanese squiggly letters. Go on. Yeah, go on, learn them. And tell me how it is after that. And not to mention, I'll tell you something else. It's a lot easier to learn a language that's completely different to yours than to learn a language that's similar to yours. There's a lot of Romanians that go in Italy, and when they come back, they can't speak Romanian. But there's no, and everyone mocks them, everyone makes fun of them, and I'm like, no, you morons, you shouldn't make fun of them. Because when the languages are so close, it's very easy to make mistakes, but when the languages are very different, it's less likely to make mistakes. And it's the same thing, like learning the Russian alphabet, right? And you have, like, let me see if I can show you what I mean. Because when you learn the Russian alphabet, like, there are letters that are very close to the ones from our alphabet. Russian alphabeto. Okay. Let's see if this one has the pronunciations. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so like, for example, B means V, right? So if you want to talk, if you want to type vine, you have to type like bine with B, right? So B is V. It's so fucked up. And then you go and you see others, like, for example, this E thing. It's actually Z, right? So I would rather just learn something that's completely different, like Mandarin or Japanese or Korean or whatever the fuck, than to learn something that's so fucking confusing. I mean, this is confusing beyond belief. Learn the Cyrillic alphabet and about to leak. Professional linguist. Oh, well, fine. If you're a professional linguist and you do that for a life, then that's different. But I'm talking about like people who, want to move to Russia and have to learn that. It's difficult. It's a lot more difficult than learning German. Let's put it like that, right? Like learning German or learning Spanish, it's a lot easier than learning Cyrillic. There is no fucking way you already learned Chinese. Get the fuck out. You did not give me $1. Oh, you did give me $1. Holy shit. I didn't agree for $1, by the way. Korean is extremely simple. I think like, from my perspective, English, I don't know why. It felt so simple to me. Even though like English is actually more difficult to learn than a Latin language. With the Latin language, the way you type is the way you write. But in English, like there's so many ways to type a word. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. I don't know. I guess, hold on, let me show the chin. Whoop. I almost dropped it. Guess I can't relax on the chair. What about the Arabic? Oh, that's very difficult. And you need to do the like I keep doing the and people think it's a joke. Like when I say Muhammad. But like that's the way you're supposed to say it. They have like the coming from the third larynx. Like assalamu alaikum. No, sorry. Yeah, Allah Akbar. Akbar. Yeah. It's really funny. But it's a language that sounds kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like I kind of like the way Arabic sounds. Like when you hear two Muslims talking, it sounds good. I'm the language that, in my opinion, sounds kind of meh is French. Like you have a French person that they're saying like, oh, we go to la pipi or la toilette, la pipi, and it's like, what the fuck is that? And then you hear a German, ich wünsche mir seine Waffzimmer gehen. It's like, holy shit, he's going to declare World War III or something. Strong, masculine, firm language. Same with Japanese. Like people in Japan, like, hey, arigato, gozaimasu. Yeah, but the people from France, it's like, oh, oui, yo monsieur, petit. Have you ever thought about doing a stream or video about how to speak Ruby? No one would watch it. Anti-French bias? Maybe. You know why? I haven't met a French person before that would make me feel bad about my prejudices. Like I need to meet a French person that's like, let me show you the glory of France. Like I need that type of person. Deutsch. Deutsch ist Spaß. I wish in his bathroom go. Fuck me. Dude, I haven't spoke German, like, properly, I think in like 10 years. You keep forgetting stuff. I would probably understand what a German talks to me. If I have a German talking to me, I would understand what they're saying. But to express myself in German, I would probably speak broken German. One of the things that I complain about German language, and this is very oppressive for us Romanians, you can't really curse that much. I think like it's the same with Japanese. Like in German you have like Scheisser and then combinations of it, right? Like Sonne Scheisser, just plain old Scheisser, Scheisse, yeah. And it's like, I'm a Romanian. Like we have so many curses in our language that like to translate into Romanian, like I want to take a piss on your mother's cross, okay? Like this is a curse word which encompasses like so much. Like, not only do you assume that the person's mother is dead, like you're already insulting their mother, which is incredibly offensive in Romanian language, right? So you're wishing the death upon the person's mother, but not only that, you also want to desecrate her grave, like you want to piss on her cross, right? Like this is the beauty of the Romanian language. Like it creates all of these plastic lyrical expressions, and you don't need to make much effort to do it, because like you limit the curse word to a couple of words so that you can add extra. Right? Like you can then add extra on top of that, so that the curse words can just flow and flow and flow. Right? And yes, it is brutal. It's supposed to be. Like why do you curse at someone? To offend them, right? You want to tailor the offense to be as offensive as possible. Otherwise, why bother? You should learn Romanian. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to curse words, I think Romania has America beat by far. But, I'm trying to think if there's another language that has this many curses. Like, I don't think I can think of any. The thing is, yeah, like Romania doesn't have an N-word. Like what I mean by this, we don't have a word that is the power word fired. Like you use the word and you automatically get fired. We do have hate speech laws and stuff like that, but it's all based on context. So there is not like one word. Like for example, the word gypsy, right? Now, this is a word that some people tried to turn it into the N-word. But the problem is that the Roma population flat out refused. Like, they refused to admit that this is a word that has bad connotations because they used it. So they don't want to be victimized, first of all. Second of all, like, if you use the word gypsy, it matters on the context. So if you just say it to describe the Roma people, then it's fine. If you use it as a pejorative, then you can get under... the hate speech rules, which, by the way, are becoming more and more prevalent. You should say Pizda StarCraft, yeah. Yeah, I guess, like, the Romanian fuck you is go back into your mother's pussy. Like, you're basically suggesting that the mother's vagina is large enough to accommodate. You want the mother of that person to experience pain for giving birth to the person you're cursing, right? Like she brought harm to you by giving birth to her child and uneducating him to the point that you got into the situation that you had to curse him. And now, as like cosmic justice, you want to shove him back where he came from at the displeasure of his mother, and also insinuating that the mother's vagina is large enough to accommodate. Which can be interpreted in two ways. Either like the mother of morons is always pregnant, right? So like the vagina is large because it constantly gives birth. Or that the mother is a woman of low moral fiber. Again, like all of this, you do in 2 words in Romanian, right? Like it is, no, not like please get on board. Like get the fuck on board, right? Like it's such an easy way to express your ill wishes upon another person. It is art, yes. You like that one. I'll probably go through some Romanian curses if you want. There's a lot of cock as well used. Like, what in the name of my cock? You know, like cock is like something... You can use it as a punctuation sign as well. I should actually make a video where I talk about Romanian curses, because they're unbelievably funny. Those kind of curses exist in German as well. Top banter chat, GG to work, have a nice day. Well, look, if Jack Buffecking is going to work, I will end the stream. I cannot stream without Jack. Thank you for the 4 New Zealand dollars. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys... holy shit, 370 people watching? Why? What do I have that's so entertaining? Why do you watch me? Serious question. What do I have to bring on the freaking table? If I see you here again tomorrow, I'm going to start shilling VTubers. Holy shit. So many people watching, so many eyes on me. Go away. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.